Welcome back. Final minutes of the Dakota Lithium Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain. Been here for 4 days of fishing. It feels like a lot longer than that with the postponement. Like we've been here the better part of a week, because we have been here the better part of a week. But boy, what we have seen during the course of this week, let's take a look back with our Humminbird Unlock the Lake.
Exactly right, Tom. I'm going to take a look at really a lot of your leaders throughout this tournament, this Humminbird Unlock the Lake. The true story in this event, you had better be fishing in the inland sea. Our takeoff was there in Plattsburgh, New York. You go through the gut, you come into the inland sea, and it was really being near that main drop-off around the islands out there. From there, working up north towards Gull Island Shoals. So many of your top anglers in this tournament. Really, the entire event was concentrating on smallmouth that were hurting alewife, a small little bait fish on Lake Champlain, and one angler that was really flawless throughout the week, Alex Redwine, and pretty much all of your anglers trying to mimic that little bait fish. Alex Redwine, for the most part of this event, throwing a small Berkeley gulp minnow on a jig head. It saw a couple fish catches on a spy bait throughout the week, but the one thing that we got to see with Alex Redwine, very, very solid with his electronics. Didn't catch big numbers, but the quality definitely was there for Alex Redwine.
Alex Redwine came out punching 22 pounds and 14 ounces on day number one. That was his big day. Backed it up, though, with 21-14 on day two. Super solid performance.
He was stoked to get to the northern swing, Tommy. A top 30 at St. Clair, a top 10 this week at Lake Champlain. Going into the St. Lawrence River, he needs this good momentum to end the year, and he has gotten it so far.
First-year man, the rookie Bryant Smith, came here with a lot of fanfare and backing it up for sure this week, showing his versatility, showing his affinity for this kind of fishing.
Tommy, you're going to see a common theme right here. Bryant Smith right here throwing a jig head minnow, Strike King Baby Z2 for suspended bass in the inland sea, and really concentrating from, call it 25 all the way out to 50 feet of water. Not a lot of experience on Lake Champlain. Kind of dialed this bite in practice, and one of the biggest keys that, talking to a lot of your leaders in this tournament, literally when they would mark one bass or a school of 10 bass, follow them, hunt for them until you finally got a bite. Now, one angler that was doing something a little bit different, even though he was in the inland sea, Justin Atkins, fishing a little bit shallower grass lines that had deep water butted up against cabbage lines on the west side of B.A.S.S Island. A 1/4 ounce underspin with a Berkeley flatworm would kind of mix with colors with that underspin. Darker skies, a darker flatworm. When the skies got bright like this, a little bit more natural hue to it, but one of the only anglers using an underspin. Great performance for Justin Atkins, yet again, on a smallmouth body of water.
Nobody went through more fish this week, with the exception of maybe one angler, than Justin Atkins. Certainly had the odds in his favor, numbers-wise. And Cody Huff, second-year man out here, and very well-versed in this type of fishing.
Yeah, there is no doubt about it. Cody Huff, absolute hammer with his electronics, cutting his teeth on table rock. And the one difference here, Cody Huff also using a jig head minnow, a VMC jig head with a bigger 5-inch Z2 trailer on there. Said he felt that bigger 5-inch shad style bait definitely getting bigger bites. Cody Huff all week long, like Koya Fujita, out fishing a lot of his competition around him, and he said he felt that bigger bait key for the quality bites.
Cody Huff, your day one leader, very, very impressive. Kind of alerted everyone to what was possible here this week with a 23-pound, 3-ounce limit. And there he is, the man himself, Koya Fujita. We didn't know much about him before this year, but boy, we know a lot about his abilities after watching him for 4 straight days.
We know he's really good with electronics and finesse baits, and that's about what we know about Koya Fujita, and I bet he likes that, Tommy Sanders. Getting it done on the east side of B.A.S.S Island. So much current comes through the islands in the inland sea, and really doing a lot of damage early. Every single day of this tournament, most of his damage was done by about 11 o'clock. A jig head minnow fishing from, call it 25 all the way out to about 40 to 50 feet of water. And one of the biggest keys, like Cody Huff, outfishing other anglers, other competitors around him the entire tournament.
One thing that was fantastic watching him, Tommy, was that some days he had a really, really strong morning. Some days he relied on the last hour of the day to catch his biggest fish. Koya Fujita, fantastic week for him.
Very great week, very different week from visits to Lake Champlain past. It has been something else this week at Lake Champlain. That's your Humminbird Unlock the Lake.